Duchess. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Duchess. This is my channel, Dutchess Divinity, and we do lots of stuff here, but today we're gonna do a pick a card. So we're gonna find out what is attractive about you. You can use this for a specific person, or you can use this for just like a collective energy of what people find attractive about you. Either way is going to work just fine. So we're going to have 3 different groups to choose from today. We're doing all little egg shapes. So the first group is going to be rose quartz egg. So this will be group 1. Group 2 is going to be this selenite egg. Oops, one of my hairs on it, sorry. Beautiful selenite egg. This one really has connected me to my star family, so that might be resonating for you. And then group 3 is going to be this fluorite egg. When I think of fluorite, I think of the fairies, so yeah, maybe that resonates for you as well. Alright, so hold them up all together. Group 1, group 2, and group 3. You can pause the video if you need to. And pick your group. Alright, I'll see you in your group. Bye-bye. Hi, group 1. I have already said a prayer. I've already set my intention, so we will get right into your reading. So, Spirit, can you please tell me, what do people find attractive about group 1, or what does their specific person find attractive about them? Okay, do the stack. Wow. I don't know if you can see it if it's out of frame, but that card just went flying. I like to shuffle the cards on camera because then you can see that they just fly on out on their own. All right, yeah, let's start with these. Okay, so, oh wait, yeah, no, I wanted some of these too. Sure. Okay. Okay, wow. All right, so group 1, the first thing that people find, we got 3 pentacle cards. We got the 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. So something that people find really attractive about you, you might have your own business, or you might be like a higher up in business. You could be a CEO, you could be an entrepreneur, you could be a manager. Whatever you're doing in business, you have quite a bit to show for yourself, and also they just find you to be very valuable. So whether you make a lot of money with what you're doing or not, they see that you have leadership qualities. They see that you are very admirable, so I feel like you do the right thing. You're a good leader, and I think one of the qualities of a good leader is integrity. So I feel that people see that you're very valuable due to your integrity, due to your drive, due to your ability to make something out of nothing. I just heard. It's like when you see those memes that's like, I don't know what the hell to cook, but my mom could like look in the fridge and there's like sour cream and a hot dog, and she somehow whips up this like incredible meal, but I have a full fridge of food and I don't know what to cook. So it's like, it's kind of like that, where you can make something out of nothing. I just heard you're the closer, so people call you in to kind of close situations out or fix them or find a way. I just heard for redemption. So you're very intelligent, you're very business-minded, and I think maybe business-minded can sometimes like turn people off and sound very negative, but being business-minded can just be, you know, putting yourself first, having those leadership qualities, creating a safe workspace, and being able to give people what they need, right? While not losing yourself in giving to others. right? It's the ability to put yourself first while still providing for yourself and others. And here with the Ten of Pentacles, if you're not very successful already, I see that you will be very successful, and I think your job is very impressive to a lot of people, very attractive to a lot of people here. Because the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and Seven of Pentacles, also you don't just share everything all the time. So not everybody knows exactly what's going on with you all the time. You're able to keep this air of mystery, and your business is your business, not in like a manipulative or sneaky way, in a like I'm protecting my peace kind of way. And I think people find this very attractive about you because they're not always sure what your next move is going to be. They just know it's going to be good, and they know it's going to be valuable. People genuinely really value your advice and what you have to say as well, I just heard. And people care about you because you care too. You care about quality of life for yourself and others. And so this is another thing that makes you seem very valuable to others, because you're not just like in it for yourself. You understand that quality of life and equality amongst all people is important, and this is very attractive to others. Also, you could have been through like a lot, so especially mental health stuff here with the Seven of Pentacles. You can see like the gears are turning, and then this Minotaur is outside of a maze, and then this is also a zombie. So it's like you could have been through some really serious stuff and you had to like bring yourself back to life. I just heard that Evanescence song, Bring Me to Life. Yeah, so it's like you had to bring yourself back to life, and you made it through the maze. You made it through the maze stronger, and it didn't break you. Like, none of this broke you. It only made you more valuable, more strong, and honestly more kind and more caring, because sometimes when we go through a lot, we can become exactly what we hated, right? Unintentionally, or exactly what traumatized us. We can fall into the same patterns of the things we don't like that made us uncomfortable, upset, or traumatized us in the past. And it's like, I feel like what you've been through, somebody could have become very jaded and mean and just like self-centered, but you never, it only gave you more empathy. It only made you care for others more. And then you had all this other amazing qualities, energy, and like I said, leadership qualities to show for yourself afterwards, that this is like super attractive and admirable to those around you. And then we also have Athena, strategy. So you're very fair, and you, like I said, justice and equality and quality of life for all is very important to you. You could be an activist in some way. You could be working to, you know, help with cleaning up the planet, or creating, you know, equal rights for all people. I see that you're very justice focused. You're very fair, and this is very attractive to a lot of people. Also with strategy, it's like you think before you speak. You don't just, I admire you for that. I don't always do that. You think before you speak, and you think a situation through. Like I said, people call you the closer because you're the one that's able to, you know, take the situation that someone else has not been able to figure out, and you're able to give them a solution or some sort of stepping stone to get them where they want to be instead of feeling so stuck. So this is very attractive to a lot of people, the way your mind works and the way you're able to strategically, you know, move through different energies that other people have difficulty moving through, and you do it with grace and you do it with kindness, and this is very attractive to many. Yeah, and then we have Kuan Yin, we have compassion. Kuan Yin is also an ascended master, so because of everything that you've been through, all your experiences in life and all the stuff that you had to survive and overcome, this has given you this ascended master-like energy, but it's also given you like a crap ton of compassion, because like I said, some people, when you're abused, you either, you know, do the exact opposite or you become the predator as well. And you made a conscious effort to be the protector, not the predator. And this is so attractive and so admirable. You have lived a lot of life in a short period of time, I feel. So even though your earthly age might be a certain number, the experiences that you've had have matured you in a way that other people your age might not be that mature. And also you could have past life experience under your belt as well. This has ascended you too, which could be kind of like why you went through what you went through, because you had karma from past lives that needed to be moved through. Ooh, my nose is itching, so someone's coming back. I don't know who, but could be a friend, family member, lover, but someone's gonna come back and try to, ooh, my nose itching real bad, yeah. come back in your life, so you make the choice of whether or not you actually want them there. But yeah, you're compassionate, you're fair, you're loving, you're kind, and you have this like regal air to you, but not in a way that's like condescending or like you think you're better than other people. It's simply the fact that you know your worth, so when someone's not giving you what it is that you feel you deserve, you're able to walk away with grace and kindness. Some people could think you're stuck up, but you're not. Some people could take that the wrong way because they don't value you properly, when in reality, it's simply you setting your boundaries because you've been through so much that it's not fair for you to have to continue to lower your standards in order to make other people uncomfortable. So the right people find this very attractive about you. The lower vibrational people might take offense to this because it's not all about them, right? It's about you. And then we have Morgan Le Fay with Magick. So this to me is like a vibration. You have a certain incredibly high vibration, and I just heard that song that's like, well, I think it's magic. Well, I think it's magic. It's playing in my head right now. There's something really magical about you. When you enter a room, people look. You have this light that comes from within you. You could also be a hand healer because you can see the orbs are coming out of her hands. So you could have the gift of laying hands and healing through Reiki or prana or other modalities of healing. But basically connecting to source light, bringing it through your body and placing it on others in order to heal them. Also, your confidence, but it's like you have this warrior energy too, where it's like I said, you had to overcome and survive very much in your life. So it's like you have this confidence, you have this warrior energy because you know you can survive because what you've been through was like difficult. And so you give yourself credit for that. And this is very attractive. And it's very much this like otherworldly, my back is randomly hurting. I feel like maybe you carry a lot of weight on your shoulders, or you carry like the weight of the world on your back, and it's like Spirit's asking you to release that a little bit, release your heart, open your heart chakra, give it to your guides, give it to Yeshua if you work with Yeshua, but just kind of let that go a little bit. But people find this very attractive about you. It kind of goes back to those leadership qualities, tying in the confidence and grace and magical energy. And then we have past life relationships. So if you're asking about a specific person, they're very attracted to you because you have some sort of past life connection to them. And this really draws them to you. Now for others, it's because you're an old soul. So if you're not asking about someone specific, you're an old soul. Like I said, you could have many past lives, and this is very attractive to others because they can see your magic right here with Morgan Le Fay. They can see your magic, and they can understand that you're a very old soul and that there's a lot you actually have to offer the world that's outside of the time and place we're in now, because your soul is very expansive. So this is very attractive to others. You're the kind of person that sits down on the bus and everybody wants to tell you their problems. Like, they want to tell you their life story because you're old. And so subconsciously, when people can sense that about others, it's like, they're like, oh, they must have the solutions because they've done this way more than I have, you know? So it's kind of one of those things. We also have honeymoon and wedding. So it's like, as I was saying, you're very valuable and you bring a lot to the table. And so people see you as wedding, like wife or husband or whatever. If you want to get married, you don't have to. I'm not here to tell anybody how to live their life or what they should or shouldn't do. But if this is something that you want, people would be happy to marry you. People would be happy to be in a long-term committed relationship with you. People would be very happy to build something with you because your future is very bright, your energy is very bright, and they'd like to basically enmesh themselves in that. But people, they don't just want you for your looks, they don't just want you for like sex, they want you for you because you're a wonderful person. I just heard that Jesse McCartney song, I don't want another pretty face, I don't want just anyone to hold, I don't want my love to go to waste, I want you and your beautiful soul. So yeah, you got a beautiful soul, and that also, it's like this homecoming. Like, people feel very at home, very safe, very loved in your energy. Whether it's a platonic love or a romantic love, people feel very cared for, seen, and appreciated, and just kind of close to God around you. And with the wedding and honeymoon, if you're asking about a specific person, I definitely feel like they want to be with you, whether they've expressed that to you or not, or they could be planning this for the future. I mean, if you're watching this in real time, Valentine's Day is approaching, so they could be planning to propose or something like that. But people almost feel like it would be like an eternal honeymoon being around you, because you're confident, you're collected, you're organized, you're stable, you have so much to show for yourself, and this is very admirable and something, it's a quality that people want to build with, right? All right, so let's use my pink deck, and then we'll get you some advice. So Spirit, what are the sexual attractions that either a specific person or the collective has about group 1? Can't stop thinking about those boobies, if you got them. I want to taste you. Let me go so deep, baby. So this goes back to that like old energy and having that healing energy. People want to go deep inside of you to collect that energy from within you. And then here with I want to taste you, it's like you're very beautiful. You could be very put together. You could smell nice. You know, this is very attractive. I love when people smell good. Don't you just want to like eat them up? So that's how I'm feeling about that. You could have like really tasty lip gloss and it's like, ooh, like I love kissing you because it tastes like cupcakes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Suck my dick. You might have a really pretty mouth, pretty lips, nice teeth, you know, just a beautiful face. People want to fuck it. Tell me I got a big dick. Tell me how much you love me inside you. People feel accomplished when they're with you. When they're able to have sex with you or hook up with you, they feel very accomplished by this. It's like an ego boost for them. Bite me, I like it rough, and I need to be inside you, it heals me. So it's like, it almost feels like you're like this safety net from the world. Like I said, you're very kind, compassionate, caring, and you care about not only your own values, but you care about others. And so this is very healing for many people. And in a rough world, it's like it almost feels like you can be people's fantasy. You can do both. You can have that like rough, crazy sex, but then you can also make love. And this is very attractive about you. So what is the advice, please, for group 1? Okay, so we have Killer Instinct and Suit Up and Show Up. This is about cutting certain people, places, and things out of your life, or certain lifestyle changes. So like if you have negative self-talk and it's like you find a way to be like, oh, you know, like I really do love and appreciate myself, but I could lose 10 pounds, or, you know, I should maybe get some Botox for those wrinkles and then I'll be pretty. It's like Spirit wants you to let go of that and love and accept yourself as you are. And also any like jobs or people or situations that are seriously sucking the life out of you, it is important to, if you can, cut them out. Now I would never tell somebody to just like go quit their job because they feel like, you know, and then have no backup plan. Make sure you have a backup plan, but also, if you can help it, like if there's that friend that like every time you tell them something nice about your life and then they have some rude, jealous, nasty comment to say under like passive aggressive under the guise of like being your friend, probably don't hang out with that friend anymore. You know what I mean? And Spirit's just asking you to remove as much as you can from your life right now that is no longer serving you, that is that is taking more than it's giving. And then with Suit Up and Show Up, Spirit's saying that it's like, it's time, even though things might not feel perfect or like how you want them to feel, it's time to show up. Like you have to show up for yourself and you have to show up for others. And if you've been feeling a little bit down or kind of like you want to give up lately, just know things are about to get better. And if you cut those things out of your life, even if it is just negative self-talk, and you replace them with affirmation, so every time you say something negative, instead say, I love and approve of myself. Write down 5 gratitudes you have every day. As soon as you start really putting effort into shifting this, it's going to be easier to show up to your life, because your life is going to feel more supportive to you because you're supportive to everyone else. Okay? That's all I have for you, group 1. Like if you liked it, comment if you got something to say, subscribe if you feel like it, and I hope I see you here another time. Alright, take care. Bye-bye. Hi, group 2. Thank you so much. This is the group of you that chose the selenite. Now I've already said a prayer, I've already set my intention, so we'll get right into the reading. Spirit, what do people or a specific person that group 2 is asking about find attractive about them? Wow, that was a lot of carriage at once. They all went flying. All right, let's see. These ones too. I was saying in group 1 that I like to shuffle the cards on camera so you guys can see them fly out in real time. Okay. The first thing I'm getting with you, group 1, is like, I'm sorry, not group 1, group 2. The first thing I'm getting with you, group 2, is that you are no nonsense. Maybe you want to go watch group 1 as well. But you're no nonsense. Like, you don't let people mess with you. You're no nonsense. You're not having it. So, okay. So we have the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. So actually, what I see, group 2, is you're super passionate. You're a really passionate person, and you feel very deeply. You're incredibly empathic, and throughout your life, there's been periods of time when your empathy has worked against you, because it is a gift, but it can also feel like a curse when it feels like it's taking you over, or when you're constantly absorbing other people's emotions and then you don't know where you begin and where others end. There's also a huge chance of falling into codependency, or just like lower frequencies of like depression or anxiety and things like that when you're really empathetic, but you don't necessarily have the tools on how to utilize that for your highest and greatest good, rather than letting it walk all over you. So what I see is you're very passionate, you're very emotional. I also see too that definitely like your inner child didn't get what they needed. Like when you were a child, there were certain things in your life that you went through. Like either you didn't have food, or you know, you didn't have what you needed emotionally. Maybe you did have everything you needed physically, but that's because your parents were working all the time, so you didn't get what you needed emotionally. I see that that you as a child were not nurtured in the best way for your highest and greatest good, and you had to become your own caretaker. You had to become the person who loves you. And I think that throughout your life, being an empath while also having to entirely parent yourself, it was difficult, it was hard, and it was not an easy journey, and there were times I think when you felt like you were not going to make it through, but you did. You always have your own back, you always have, even on the times when it feels like you haven't, or when you didn't have the capacity to hold space for yourself. Your higher self was still holding space for you. And I see that your inner child's just coming through really strong here. I see that because of the life that you've lived and the experiences that you've had, like I said, you're very no nonsense. It can come off as like harsh, or just like, you know, extreme or overreactive, when in reality it's just you have super strong, healthy boundaries. And when people don't have that, that can seem off-putting. Or if people didn't grow up with that, or have had no semblance of having to have healthy, strong boundaries in their adult life, it can seem like rude or bitchy or whatever, and that's just not the case. You're protecting yourself, you're protecting your inner child, and you're breaking certain ancestral and karmic curses in your family line. So what's attractive about you is that you have certain standards and certain morals that you won't let down, and also like you're always striving for the next best thing here with the 10 of Wands. It could feel sometimes like, I just heard The Climb by Miley Cyrus, where it's like you have this goal and you're always trying to reach it and you never quite get there. But what people admire about you is that you never give up. You're always trying to achieve these goals. You're always trying to either get a new certification, get some new form of education, try a new skill, learn a new hobby. You're very passionate. I just heard ADD, so some of you might have ADD, so you have like a million things going on at once, and people find this actually very endearing, or I also just heard your love is enduring. So people find this about you to be very endearing if you have like those ADD tendencies of picking up all these different hobbies and doing a million things at once. But also they find your tenacity like so powerful. So they're showing me Mulan when she's like trying to climb that wooden pole, and she can't do it, and she keeps trying and she keeps trying and she keeps trying until finally she gets to the top of that pole. I'll make a man out of you. wow. She gets to the top of that pole. She throws that arrow down at her crush, and he's like, whoa. But he still thinks she's a guy, so he doesn't have a crush. Or maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe he's confused, and he's like, why am I so attracted to this guy? Just kidding. But anyway, so she doesn't give up. Even though she keeps slipping, she keeps falling, she never gives up. And that's something that's super attractive about you, is you have also spunk. And you could be really competitive too. So like if you have a certain crush that you're asking about, or like you're in a relationship or whatever, they think it's really adorable that it's like you never give up. I just saw people like playing volleyball, and like you're the person that like runs and dives and fucking gets a mouthful of sand and is like, I don't give a fuck because I got the ball. I got it back over the net. You know what I mean? Like, very competitive, but also very childlike in a very sweet way, in a very like I said, endearing way. There's something very endearing about you. There's also something like super hyper feminine and soft about you. So like your exterior, it's giving Cancer vibes, right? The crab, it's like hard on the outside, soft on the inside. And when I say hyper feminine, it doesn't have to be an aesthetic or certain gender norms. It's like that feminine energy of like nurturing, loving, compassionate. I just heard listening. You always have a listening ear. You're always there for people. If somebody needs a shoulder to cry on, they know they can trust you. People can trust you with their secrets. They can trust you with their fears, with their joys. You're also the person that like, you know, somebody gives you good news and you cry for them because you're like, I am so happy for you. You've wanted this for so long, or you worked so hard for this. Like, that's what I mean when I say hyper feminine, and in a good way. This is like, I don't know, divine feminine energy has just been under such an attack, just as divine masculine has been by toxic femininity and toxic masculinity. So when you embody these traits, so much of us, I think, throughout our lives were taught that like sensitivity and kindness is weakness, or like life shoved that in our face, like the good guy finishes last or whatever, and that is just not true. The world needs more people like you. So truly embrace this within yourself. Don't feel embarrassed about it. Don't feel like it's a shortcoming, because it's not. Like I said, in your case, sometimes you feel like your blessings are a curse, and they can be if you let them walk all over you. But if you embrace them and you learn how to set boundaries with yourself and others, then they truly are a gift. And so you have this beautiful, childlike, majestic, loving, almost otherworldly energy in the sense of like the unicorn, right? Like the unicorn does not exist in the physical anymore, but the image of the unicorn represents innocence. It represents love. To me, it represents spirit babies, and it's further connecting me to that fact that your inner child's coming through very strong. But even in Harry Potter, when we think about it, it's like the worst deed you could do to kill a unicorn, right? Because it's like they represent that pure, unconditional, nurturing love and innocence. Even their blood is like silver, right? Like it's almost like too good for this world, right? Because they don't exist in the physical, but what they represent manifests physically. So it's almost like you have that energy of you're like too good for this world, and that's very attractive about you to many others. With the Five of Cups, like I said, I feel like you feel so deeply. And with the sirens here, the mermaids, it's like you have this certain sexual energy that pulls people in. You have this certain siren song, but it's not like a negative, scary siren song. It's like such a loving, compassionate, kind energy that it like draws people in. I just heard your smile. Your smile like really lights up a room, and it makes people want to be near you. Your laugh as well. Your laugh is like one that makes other people laugh. But your heart is so big and it's so wide open, and also you wear your emotions and your thoughts on your sleeve. So I think we all know someone like that it's like, you know exactly what they're thinking and feeling by the look on their face or the way they react. So you're like telling them a story and they're like, oh, what? You know, like they're making all these faces, and it's like they wear their emotions and their feelings and their thoughts on their face and on their sleeve, and that's how you are. And you have such a big, expansive, emotional energy that it is very attractive to many people, because we live in a society where emotions are smushed and looked down upon and looked at as less than. Like, for example, I was crying one time in front of my Grampy, and we love Grampy, you know, Grampy's 85. He's got some old world views like a lot of people's grandparents do, and he was like, I just thought you were more intelligent than this. I just thought you were more intelligent than this. And I looked at him and I said, Grampy, I don't think having big emotions equates to my intelligence. I think intelligence and emotions are completely separate. And I've always been like this. I was like, think about it. Like, ever since I was little, I've always been emotional. I've always cried. I've always felt very deeply. My heart has always been very open. And when I put it like that, he was able to see the other side of things. But it's just an example of how we're raised to believe that emotions are not valuable and that they're weak, when in reality, they're simply human. If you don't have emotions, you're not human. And guess what? If you don't have emotions, you're probably a sociopath, which means you're not healthy, which means your brain is literally sick. So it is sick of society to try and force us to act like a bunch of sociopaths. I digress, but I could go on about that. And then here with the Two of Pentacles, people really admire you and find you attractive as well, because despite all your big emotions and the way you feel so deeply, not only in your own situations, in your own life, for yourself, but the way you feel so deeply for others and the collective and the planet, is not only so admirable, but it's admirable that you've been able to find a balance here with the Two of Pentacles. Even though you have these big emotions, even though you truly are like a sponge just sucking up all these energies, good and bad, you're able to always balance yourself out and get yourself back on track no matter what it is that you go through. And this is very attractive to many others and very admirable to others around you. So we have Hera with commitment, protection, Isis, Freya, irresistibility, and Hathor, contentment. So something that's very attractive about you to others is that you always make a commitment to yourself. That despite what you may be going through, or despite, you know, what might be going on around you, you're always able to put your foot down and say, no, like, I deserve this, that, and the other. Or, nope, you know, someone invites you out, you really don't want to go out, you really need a night in, and you're like, no, I really just need to stay home today and take care of myself, because if I go out, I might get sick, you know? I need that extra hour of sleep. Sorry, I won't be at the brunch tomorrow morning because I really need that extra hour of sleep, and it's my weekend and I need to use it properly. You know what I mean? So you make a commitment to yourself, but also people would love to make a commitment to you. And then here with Hathor, contentment, it's like you truly are at peace a lot of the time. Like I said, if you let yourself fall over the edge, you could be just like a ball of emotions constantly, but you've worked so hard on yourself and taking care of yourself in ways that you've learned how to do. Like, this was a learned skill. Nobody taught it to you. You had to learn how to do it yourself. And now you're able to find contentment, you're able to find peace through the coping skills that you've created and that you've figured out for yourself. So maybe it's like, you know, like if you're in a super cranky mood, that means you need a 10-minute meditation, or you need a snack, or whatever. And it's like people really admire about you that despite all these big feelings, you're able to remain very content. And then also with the commitment and Hathor being pregnant, people would love to start a family with you. I don't know if you want a family, it's okay if you don't, but this is something people find very attractive about you. Creating a commitment to you and then building a future with you, because I feel like you'd be a really good mom or dad or whatever. I just feel like you'd be a good parent. Yeah, I just feel like you'd be very good at raising a child, and because of your nurturing, compassionate energy, and also because you feel so deeply, and children are so pure and they also feel so deeply, but they come into this world with zero coping skills. So the fact that you've had to find, cultivate, and create your own coping skills to deal with what you have felt your whole life would make you a very good mother or father. And then with Freya, irresistibility, and Isis, protection, it's like you do not let certain people come within your energy. You do not let certain people come around you. You really know, you know, what's good for you and what's not. You have your boundaries and your morals, and you don't let anybody change it. You don't let people be like, let me just educate you really quick on that. You're like, no thanks, I don't need the education from you. I have my own thoughts and opinions. Thanks, but no thanks. You're very much like, because you're so sensitive and open, you have very good walls in a healthy way. And people find this very attractive, that you don't stand down. You don't stand down on your morals, you don't stand down on your beliefs, and you always stay true to your heart. I just heard that song, it's like, true to your heart, you must stay true to your heart. Oh, Mulan, again. Yeah. So much Mulan. Maybe you need to watch Mulan. And then here with Freya, it's like there's just something so irresistible about you. You have this magnetic pull. You have this magnetism. You have this glamour about you. You have this, almost like they're showing me like a planet and how a planet pulls in moons into its gravitational field. It's like you pull in people into your gravitational field because you're just very magnetic, very irresistible, and you have this certain glamour energy about you. And I just heard it comes from your heart. Like that magnetic pull and that magnetic field comes straight from your heart chakra. And it's very genuine, it's very honest, it's very kind, it's very loving, and that's what's so attractive to others. And then we have pay attention to the red flags, past life relationship, and religious factors. So if you're asking about a certain person, you may have a past life with them. And if you're not, then it's just like your soul is super old, and this is very attractive to many people. You have a very strong connection to source, to God, as you perceive God. And this is also very attractive to many people. It pulls a lot of people in, like I said, with that magnetic energy. And then with the pay attention to the red flags, I feel like you see a lot of signs and synchronicities from spirit, and this is very attractive that you can decode the secrets and puzzle of synchronicities of the universe. But also, like I said, you don't ignore the red flags. You're like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work for me. And like I said, you keep your morals strong, you keep your boundaries strong, and this is very attractive. And you're always looking up, like you're always looking up to God or to spirit, like God as you perceive God, the universe, whatever. You're always looking up, and you're always looking to spirit, and you're always coming from a place of righteousness and truth. And I mean, probably not always, because you're a human, but you're always at least trying your best. We can only ever do our best in any given moment, and sometimes our best isn't that great, and that's okay because we're human and we all have off days. We all get triggered. That's life. We live in a polarized reality, so we have to hold space for ourselves in those moments like that. So let's get some of the sexual energy cards. Can't stop thinking about those boobies. Maybe you got beautiful titties or just a beautiful heart. I need to be inside you. It heals me. Like I said, your energy is super healing, very kind, very loving. Let me tie you up. Ooh, so it's like I said, people want to commit to you or like have you, but just be careful because some people can want to possess you. So make sure that like if you're tying yourself to certain people, it's for the right reasons, like they have the right intentions. But also it's like that submissive energy, like even though you're very strong and guarded in your daily life, either the person you're asking about or people who are sexually attracted to you would love to get you in a submissive position to really open up that heart chakra, that nurturing energy, and create this like loving back and forth between you where you can trust them because you have to have your walls up in daily life. And then I need your love. So it's like your love is very sexually attractive. Your kindness is very sexually attractive. Your sweetness. You make me nervous. You're too pretty. So you make people nervous with your beautiful face, your beautiful smile, your beautiful eyes. I just heard you have a glow to you. There's like a glow, a loving kindness that, like I said, it's like a planet. You could have even fucking been a planet in a past life. I've seen that before. That's crazy. You have to be real old and real strong to literally hold a vibration for an entire planet. So it's like your energy is big, beautiful, and safe and kind. And you're beautiful. You're so pretty. You make people nervous. Call me Zaddy. So somebody might want to be your daddy, or they might want to be daddy to your baby, right? Oops. With this card here, and then scream how much you love the way I fuck you. So people like your voice too. People like the sounds you make. I had a client once who said they believe that our smell and our sound are our truest vibration. That's like our true name. Like if you, like, you know how like we have this name in this life, but that's not who our soul is. Like we're playing this character, but our soul is bigger than that. Yeah, it's like your sound, your frequency, the sound you make is very attractive. One more. Let me lick you all over. So you look delicious. You look like someone that would be tasty. You might smell really good too, and you might smell like something like, I just want to eat you like a snake. Sorry if that was gross. I know some people don't like mouth sounds. But if you do like mouth sounds, check out my ASMR channel. It'll be linked in the description. Just Just kidding. Okay, sorry. I experienced high tide. I'm gonna have to remember to cut that in.
Use me money!
He made me provide excellent service!
Kids, he made me experience high tide! Oh!
Alright, advice please for group 2. On your knees. People could really like the view of you on your knees as well. That could be very attractive. So we have Wild Roses and On Your Knees, and both these cards are about making the best of where you're at. So a rose can, if it wants to and it tries, it can grow through concrete, right? And then On Your Knees, it's like Cinderella. Like, how can you make the best of the situation you're in? The situation you're in might not be that desirable or great right now, and it's like, how can you make the most of it? How can you learn from it? What can you gain from this, even though it's not exactly what you want? And then we have Kick It Up and Wicked Wonders. So I just feel like your future's super bright, and Spirit wants you to just enjoy yourself, even if you are in these difficult situations here. Do your best to kick it up and have a good time, because you never know what the universe is going to gift you on the other end of these times that are a bit more difficult and trying. The pendulum always has to swing, right? So it might swing in a direction that's really painful, but then it has to swing back and have something equally as loving, wonderful, and awesome. And then it eventually evens out, right? When we think about pendulums, they eventually always even out somewhere in the middle. So that is your advice. That's your reading group 2. Like if you liked it, comment if you got something to say, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you another time. Okay, bye. Hi group 3. This is for those of you you ever just get a hair on your lip gloss? Oh no. Group 3! Just kidding. Group 3, this is for you. Maybe you're silly. Maybe that's one of the things people find attractive about you. So, anyway, I already said a prayer. I already set my intentions. So why don't you go ahead and get into it. Spirit, ooh, I just got hot. I feel like you're hot. You're hot. Okay, Spirit. What do people find attractive about group 3, or what does their specific person find attractive about them? Oh, I just saw, I don't know her real name. I'm sorry. Maybe you can put it in the comments. But the Chiquita Banana, the Chiquita Banana woman, so beautiful, so sassy, so talented, so just breathtaking. But I saw her like dancing, like spicy, you spicy, you spicy, you fun, you're focused. All right, so this is so funny. So you love to have fun. You love to have fun. You love to make people laugh. You love to enjoy yourself. You love to go out. You love to go dancing. You love to perform. You love being the center of attention, and this is very attractive. Very, very attractive about you. Now you're also a little bit spicy. You're not afraid to say what you think and like say it with your chest. So we have the Judgment card and we have the Page of Swords. So for one, you have a really strong presence. You have a very strong energy and presence to you. When you walk in a room, you're like instantly dancing. You're eating a good meal at a restaurant and you're like, or you like walk in a room, there's music playing and you like can't help it. You're like, oh my God, this is my song. Who's gonna buy me a drink? Who wants to dance with me? You know, like you're here to have fun. You're here to enjoy yourself. You bring joy to yourself and others. You like the finer things. You like good food, good drinks, good people, good times. You just love to enjoy yourself, and you love to make yourself and other people happy. And you also, but don't get me wrong, you just said, but I also need my alone time. I need my time to decompress. I need my time to stay home. I need my time to like not talk to anybody. But when you're out, you're out. When you're in, right? So here with the Judgment card too, like you are good at roasting people. So I don't think it comes from a place of malice, but you're really good at like making jokes about people or roasting people. So like almost like, you know, like how rappers like find like a creative way to diss people. You have that wit and you're very clever and you think quickly on your feet and you're totally able to like properly roast people in a way that's hilarious, that they're like, dude, I can't even be mad because that was so cold, like that was so good, you know? So you're really good at making jokes. And also when you're doing it to people you love, they know it's all in good fun. Like, you have such a good heart, you're so giving, you're so generous, but you're also the first person to square up. I just saw you being like comforting somebody, but then also being like, oh, don't, like, get out of my way, don't talk to my girl like that, don't talk to my mom like that, whatever. Like, you're so big, your personality is big, you love deeply, you play hard, you work hard, like everything you do it big. Everything I do it big. What is that song? I don't remember, but you can look it up. But yeah, so it's like you've got this big personality, you've got a lot of love to give, but don't cross you either, because like I say, you can be spicy and you got a tongue on you. So it's like you got a tongue on you sexually as well, and a mouth on you. But it's like, you can, like you said, you can roast them. You can roast them with the best of them. And the reason I say that is because we have Judgment in the Page of Swords, and this to me is saying, like, okay, another reason people really love you is because you see them, and that's why you're able to roast them, because you see them. You can see them for who they are, and so then you can make these little jokes or little, call outs on their behavior or their character traits or whatever, and because of this, people feel seen, and they know it's all in good fun, and they know that you truly care, and that you're just being funny, and you're just trying to make people laugh and bring them joy. But if you could go to the dark side, like if you really hate somebody, you're really good at, like, you're the kind of person that leaves somebody else crying alone in the corner, because they push you and they push you and they push you and they mess with you and they mess with you and they mess with you, and then I just saw Medusa. It's like you turn around and it's like you got the Medusa, like the angry face, and you're like, oh yeah, well this and this about you, and then it's like they walk away with their tail between their legs. Some people like that. Some people like to be degraded, so that could be very attractive to certain people. You could have that very dominatrix energy or dom energy, no matter what gender you are. You have this, like you said, your spirit is big, your personality is big, and when you come in a room, people feel that. Very smart, super smart, like I said, well-spoken, and you don't have to have perfect grammar and like to be well-spoken. Like I said, you're witty, you're clever, and you're quick. And people really like this about you. You're also genuine, you're honest in yourself. And in a world that is so freaking fake, this is very attractive to a lot of people. That you are just you. You're not afraid to say what you think. You're not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to roast yourself or others, all in good fun. You know, you're not worried about being, it's not that you're going to be hateful, but you're not worried about being like politically correct or saving people's feelings. You're not going to be rude, or you're not going to be mean, or you're not going to be a bully, but you're also going to say what you think. And during a time when censorship runs rampant, this is kind of rare. So this is very attractive to others and very much something that people like about you. You're also incredibly focused. So when you get your sights set on something here with the Two of Pentacles, it's like you're there. You're focused, you're going to get it. If you decided, I really want to, this is the year I want to buy a house. Well, guess what? You begin to actually focus your energy in and grow your income to a point where you can buy a house. You never give up. No matter what life throws at you, no matter how many times you get knocked down. I just heard that song, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. That's you. You're like, I don't care what it takes. I don't care how much I have to try. I don't care how much I have to work. I'm going to get it done, and I'm going to make my dreams happen. You also have that like fame quality to you. You have that energy of like, you resonate with a lot of people. A lot of people can enjoy your energy a lot. You're the kind of person that like everybody likes you, but you might not like everybody. I think you get along really well with others. You're able to be friendly and you enjoy people, but it's like just because someone wants to be friends with you does not mean you have to be friends with them. Just know that. And also, if you do have this big fame-like personality, just know that when you're networking, make sure you're setting your boundaries, because if you do end up kind of going into some industry like that, or you end up being an influencer, or like, you know, working with richer clients and stuff, make sure that you don't have to work with everyone. Just because they have a certain name about them doesn't mean you have to entertain them or have some sort of connection networking with them. You are the kind of person that like I said, even when you fall, you're going to land on your feet, and there will be other opportunities. So you don't need to compromise your worth or your value just because somebody has a certain status, you know? I just felt like I had to say that. Here with the 10 of Cups, though, you are super loving and caring, and, like, you die for your family. Like, no matter, even, like, if your family isn't always there for you or can't give you what you need, it's like you have this special connection to your family. Even though you have this very kind of, like, witty, kind of tough exterior, you have a huge heart. You would give a person the shirt off your back on the street, and also, even if, whether you like kids or not, children like your energy because it's fun and it's bubbly. And so I think when children like you or when animals like you, it's one of the biggest tells of a really pure soul, because children just came straight from source and animals are forever babies. So when these energies love you and take refuge in you and enjoy your time and your energy, I just think it shows you're really close to God. God as you perceive God, the universe, source, whatever you call it. I just think it shows that your heart's in the right place. You're righteous and true. You might swear, you might drink, you might roast people, but you're really pure of heart, and you have a lot of love to give. And you're very beautiful too. Like, you have this really striking appearance. Like, when you walk in a room, people want to look at you. You could have a really cool style. You could have really neat hair. Like, you could have colored, bright hair, or like really gorgeous braids, like super long braids. It's just your appearance matches your bright and bubbly energy and personality. And so not only are you so fun to be around and enjoyable to spend time with, you're really beautiful to look at. And this is very attractive about you. Now, you're always looking for a good time, and you're always looking for somebody who can back and forth with you. Like, you love to be the center of attention. So let's see. So it's reminding me of my friend Maya, if you're watching this, hi. She told me, because we were like dancing at a club one time, and she was like, dude, I was on a cruise and me and my girl started dancing, and before we knew it, we had an entire crowd of us, and then we looked at each other and we were like, well, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. And she's like, we put on a whole fucking dance production out of nowhere. We're like going off of each other, and once we were in that moment, we were not backing down. And she's like, seriously, I was so tired, I was so sore, I felt like I just danced an entire Broadway show. Like, it's just so funny to me, because it's like, when she commits, and this is very much that energy. And it's like, you're always looking for like friends or acquaintances or a lover that can match this energy in you. And that's very attractive too, is like, you bring out this energy in others, right? You're able to bring out that star quality, bring out that passion, bring out that fun, help people let loose, help people say what they want to say and not bite their tongue and hold back. This, I saw 1111. This is very attractive about you, because people feel like they can not only be themselves around you, but they feel like they can be their best selves, and they feel very activated around you too. They feel very activated into a bigger version of who they are. It feels like they can feel more authentic around you, and you really, people love that you make them laugh. They love that you make them dance. They love that you make them just enjoy life more. You help others enjoy life more, and this is very attractive about you. So let's see, what else is attractive about Group 3 Spirit? You're very abundant. I just saw somebody like putting on sunglasses at night and like walking away. Like, you're like you know when to leave a party. You're like, it's time to go. Put on the sunglasses and walk away. Like, you have perfect timing, is what Spirit says. You got really good timing, which makes sense, because they were saying that you're super witty and that you have like so much to give as far as intelligence and like roasting and jokes go. So it's like you have perfect timing, not only in that area, but in like when it's time to go, when it's time to show up, how you're gonna make your entrance, how you're gonna make your exit. Like, you just got such a big personality. Look, we literally got passion. Like I said, you're so passionate, and people just find this so sexy because you're so alive. There are so many people that are on autopilot right now, or that are just a bunch of NPCs that are not living from their heart space. They're not living from like a place of joy, a place of passion, a place of like fiery energy. And so this is very attractive because you're very alive. You're very human, you're very alive, and you're very enjoyable. You're very fun. And this you're very inspiring. It inspires other people to, you know, want to get out there more, or be more of themselves unapologetically, or, you know, dance crazy even though they just wanted to stand against the wall and didn't want anybody to look at them. You're very inspiring with the passion and embodying your true self. And then we have playfulness. People find your playfulness very fun and very attractive. And we have let your friends help you. You're a friend to all. Like I said, it's like a lot of people want to be your friend, but that doesn't mean you have to be friends with everybody who wants to be your friend. There's a lot of people who like you. There's a lot of people who want to be around you. So just make sure you're choosing your circle wisely, and don't let any vampire energies around you, because like they affect you greatly, because you have such a bright light and such a passion about you, that when you get one of these spiritual vampires around you, it starts to drain you very, very quickly. So be super mindful of that. And then also, you're very positive. Like, even though you roast people, even though you make jokes, you're able to bring a lighthearted energy to more upsetting or negative topics, but you're also incredibly positive. So you can always find like the good in it. You can always find a way to laugh at situations no matter what they are. And you bring so much positive energy, joy, happiness, and fun to wherever you go. And this is like so incredibly attractive. On top of this as well, you're very nice here with the Kuan Yin compassion card, but it's also like you're almost like a step ahead. So like I said, you have that star quality about you that like draws people to you and makes people want to be around you. And Kuan Yin is an ascended master, so it almost feels like you've figured something out that these other people haven't, and it's like they want to be around you and they want to connect with you and they want to like be in your energy, because they're like, let me get a piece of that. I want to get me some of that, by Thomas Rhett. It's like a country song, but it's like that energy is like palpable, and even though it's energy, you can feel it. It's like physical. There's something very tangible about it, and people want to get it. That's why I say be careful about spiritual vampires, because it's like that moths are attracted to the light, right? Like the lower frequencies are attracted to the light. Even like I just watched Silent Hill, and like the evil nurses are like attracted to the light, right? And so, and she even says that, she's like, you'll need the light to get through the dark, but they'll be attracted to it. She literally says that line in the movie, and it's so like mind-blowing because it's so real. But with Kuan Yin, it's like you have a leg up almost, because you have this big, almost demigod energy, or like god or goddess energy, this ascended master energy, and this is very attractive to people because they almost feel like being around you, connecting with you, or, you know, sleeping with you or dating you gives them this like one-up, this level up. You're also selective. And this is attractive because giving everyone access to your energy is poor spiritual hygiene. So this selectivity of like who your circle actually is, you're, like I said, you're always kind, you're always going to be generous, you're always going to be giving, but you're going to be very selective about who actually gets to be with you, who gets to spend time with you, who gets to touch you, etc. This is very attractive, and you're very abundant. You have a lot to give, a lot to offer, and like I said, you're just big. Like your personality is big, your heart is big, the joy you bring yourself and others is big, the lifestyle you live is big, the traveling, the, you know, the good food, good friends. And even if you don't do that, even if you don't leave your house, but you invite people over, your energy's still big. You cook them an incredible meal. You know, just being around you is enough to fill this hole that people have in their lives. Because I think, honestly, since 2020, I feel like so many people have become very dead inside, and I slip in and out of it too. Like, there are hard days, man. Like, life is hard, and so it's like you bring more than what people leave with more than what they came with when they're around you, whether you gave something to them or not. Just being in your presence, just seeing that smile, just having that conversation with you, dancing with you, getting roasted by you, people leave feeling more fulfilled and more alive than when they first approached you. So let's go ahead and get the sexual fantasies of either a specific person or a collective. Let's not fight, let's fuck. So like I said, you're sassy and you're not afraid to be like, nope, like, fuck you. And so this is very sassy. You're sassy. This is very sexy, your sassy energy and your ability to kind of say what you mean what you say, and back it up. And this is just very attractive. Like I said, I just keep seeing you in sunglasses, like, no photos, please, you know? Tell me I got a big dick. Tell me how much you love me inside you. So it's like, people like you because, like I said, they feel like you amplify their energy, but also it's like you can hype people up the same way that you can roast them and troll them. You can really hype people up, and like I said, people feel that when they're in your energy, they almost get like this level up. They get like a shot of lightning of energy, and so it's like these people, you make them feel more confident when you do allow them to have these sexual encounters with you, and yeah, they just want to feel like their personality and their dick is as big as your personality. I'm a slave to your tits. Let me bite your nipples. You might have very beautiful boobies and very beautiful nipples. Oh, what's this? Let me tie you up and I need your love. So it's like people want to get crazy with you. They feel like you'd be crazy in the bedroom, like you'd be down to try all these different things. But they also feel like the love that you would have, like the sex, even if it would be crazy and stuff, there'd also be passion and love mixed into that like wild night. And then we have let me fuck you raw, so be careful with that if you're not trying to get pregnant or ish today's. But it's like people, like I said, people take something from you when they're with you, so it's like they want that because they're like, that's good pussy, I don't want to wrap it up, you know. Okay, let's see what else. Also, people could just want to be as close to you as possible. Send nudes. You look very beautiful naked. People really love your body. Oh, come on me. So maybe you got a juicy pussy. You're able to squirt. But people really love your body. You could also take fucking hot nudes. Like, you could like to take nudes. You could be some sort of nude model or whatever. But either way, people think you have a rockin' body. And you do not have to have a perfect body to have a rockin' body. I'll tell you that. Because nearly none of us are perfect unless we've gotten surgery. And even then, we're still human. So, beautiful body. You might take some fucking fire nudes. Juicy pussy. Wonderful. And you're so beautiful, it's actually really intimidating. When I look at you, I picture you covered in my jizz and moan in my mouth. So your voice, the sounds you make are very attractive, and also it's like they just want things to get really wet because we have come on me, and then also I picture you covered in my jizz. So it's like they want it to be so much mutual pleasure that it's like explosive. And yeah, you're so beautiful, it's actually really intimidating. So we're going to go ahead and end on that note. That's all I have for you. Oh wait, no, I have advice. Never mind. Disregard. Okay, so right now is a time of powering up and getting as much rest as possible because you're about to step into a new phase in your life. You're with new clothes and power up. It's important that you get as much rest and relaxation and downtime as you possibly can right now because you're about to step into a new phase of life. Like, a lot of shit's gonna be new, so whether it's like new partner, new job, whatever, the newness is on the way. So make sure that you're getting the appropriate amount of rest. And if you've been feeling really tired or like you don't really want to do anything, don't assign meaning to that. Like, don't be like, oh, I'm so lazy, or like, ugh, like what's wrong with me? Just let your body be tired, let yourself rest, and be kind to yourself. Don't think too much about it because you're about to like catapult into a new phase of life, okay? So that's actually all I have for you. Like if you liked it, comment if you have something to say, subscribe if you feel like it, and yeah, I will hopefully see you another time. I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you to my guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Yeshua, Baal, Ra, and God Source for allowing me to be the channel through which these messages flow. We thank you for the truth and we thank you for the advice. Amol Ra, Ashe Namaste, by the power of three, Somatic always works, always a blessing. Alright, I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.
And I will see you another time. Okay, bye guys. Bye.